Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and what we're doing in this video is taking a look at the Banu Defender in 3.7. The Defender was a ship that I've always thought has been interesting, but wasn't one that necessarily caught my eye. That being said, if you've noticed some of the leaks on Star Citizen subreddit, you've noticed that there's some pretty slick quantum travel that's associated with the Defender. Here you can see where the crab starts taking its form in the landing configuration. As you can imagine, when you actually land, the wings kind of point down and make almost landing gear. When you put that away to actually take off, you can see that they kind of come into the middle and extend out in front. There's been questions about what the actual, and there's the tachyon guns that are firing off there. I mean, they're really cool. It's almost like a beam weapon in a way, just because it's got a long extended fire. I think more than anything, it's just a drawn out kind of bullet animation for what's supposed to be a long distance weapon, almost like a sniper rifle. But back to what I was saying, I think there was questions about the visibility on the ship, you know, kind of sitting on one side, having these arms extended in front of you. How bad is that experience really? And it's not that bad. I mean, you do have some impact by having those arms extended out in front. It's not necessarily in the styling that I prefer. That being said, I mean, if you look at the ship itself, it's very sleek. You know, you've got the green engines that kind of match that green quantum travel effect on the ship itself. It is maneuverable. It is nimble. It's not necessarily fast, but it controls very well. One thing that's interesting is that when you're actually in the cockpit, what happens is you kind of go up a flight of stairs, and then the cockpit seat itself kind of twists and raises at the same time. So you end up being able to get in place. As far as the weapons go, you've got those Singe weapons. Those are the tachyon cannons as your primary. Right now you're bringing 4 size 2 missiles along, so a decent missile armament, but nothing really in particularly amazing. As far as most of the other items, it gets a little bit complicated to really talk about, because while there are some that you're familiar with, like the Polar, there are some other ones that we're not as familiar with because they're considered alien technology and we don't really see them on other ships. It is cool, though, as far as the design here, because you almost have the some human interfaces that are familiar with, like when you look right there, you've got some very Banu looking interfaces that, while they have the actual kind of overlay from the interaction system, they look very alien. Visibility outside of the arms, you can tell, is pretty good. We'll show that again in a minute in the other cockpit. The animations inside of this ship are one of the things that make it very special, because they're clean and crisp. You can see the way the doors fold in and kind of retract. You can see when I get over to open up the actual door to get out of the ship, that's a pretty slick animation as well. You do have 2 beds. Again, this is a fighter ship that has an interior on a ship this size. That's a little bit unique. Some of these panels were retracting in Evocati, but they're not necessarily cooperating right now, so I assume those will be back in place later. But yeah, you can see this is following the design style that we've seen as far as what's supposed to be coming with the Merchantman. Again, there's a nice high attention to detail there, where the actual steps fold flat when the thing actually starts moving, and then they pop up in a nice succession coming up. It's just a really well done ship. On either side of this door, you're actually going to notice there's these little cubbies for weapons storage. The other bed is on the other side. It's a very symmetrical ship. Here's the other cockpit option. So I think in general, the idea is the right-hand side would be, either your gunner or your pilot, and then the other, would just be vice versa. There's that animation I was talking about that actually raises you up into the seat. And when we look around, you can see there is a lot of visibility above you. So basically, the only problem that you have is kind of directly in front of you. That's kind of a null issue, even though that's the worst place to have a visibility problem, because some of your dashboard is in the way anyways. Now, what I'm going to be doing with this ship is trying to do a little bit more kind of combat viability testing. I haven't done a lot of fighting with it yet. I've done very little flying with it, to be honest with you. So I wanted to at least get you guys a taste of what this ship looks like. But as I kind of play with it a little bit more and more and get a more feeling of how it performs, I'll be doing some follow-up videos on that. So if you guys have any questions on this ship, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more coming your way soon. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.